It's week 4 of the National Football League.
And we'll see Brock Bowers.
He should be one of his quarterback's best friends this week. It's the Raiders and the Broncos. All that and more coming up next.
As the sun starts to set, we're going to see how much light is left by the end of this early evening game here on the NFL on EA Sports. Hi there, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us. You picked a fun one to tune into. I'm Kate Scott, joined by former NFL quarterback Brock Huard. And we've got two quarterbacks here, Brock, who are known for playing a very exciting brand of football. Not just throwing the rock, but taking it themselves, too.
Yep, these are two of the guys who really epitomize the direction that this position's going in the modern NFL.
Yep.
Pocket passers, they'll have their place. They always will. But a lot of teams look to somebody like this as a default. A great passer, but someone who can also mix in plenty of rushing yards and keep that defense honest.
Not a lot of undefeated clubs left after 3 weeks, and we're going to have one fewer in a little bit. We're off in a battle of 3-0 teams. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. So the Broncos offense getting set for their first drive. They'll be led out by the former first-rounder out of both Oregon and Auburn. It's Bo Nix.
Even he mentioned it to us. There hasn't been much celebrating for him since last week. While other guys were taking in the win and enjoying some time to relax, he was reviewing what went wrong in that game. An interception, not finding the end zone. That's not the type of impact that usually finds you a win, and he knows he's got to do more for his team.
And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 33-yard line.
Give now to the running back. And he's brought down for a loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
Now Nix on 3rd down. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down. Here comes the Broncos punting unit. He was only needed twice in last week's win, and he gets this one away. He'll start from the 39. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. So out head the Raiders for their first possession. Bringing them out a 4th overall pick in 2023 out of Florida, a super athlete at quarterback, Anthony Richardson.
I don't think it's hyperbole to say that when Anthony Richardson came out of the draft out of Florida, he was the greatest all-around athlete we'd ever seen at quarterback. 240 pounds, running 4.4, jumping 40 inches. He was the envy of defensive ends and linebackers that couldn't put up those numbers. Now, it's taken all those athletic traits and squeezing them into the quarterback position, maximizing all that physical talent to become the superstar he can be.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. From the 48. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. But still plenty of options left on 3rd and short. He'll try and pick this up on the ground. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. 1st and 10 from the 41. Off the play fake, here's Richardson. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And they make the stop, we're going to say at about the 37-yard line. They get about 4 there, need a little more than that now on 3rd and 6. Backfield is empty as they motion him outright. Complete beyond the marker. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. They gain 14 on the play. And that's good for a Raiders first. Working from the gun, it's Richardson. And there's a man there, it's intercepted. And the Broncos take over as he records his 10th career INT. Not the auspicious debut they'd certainly hoped for on that opening drive. The coverage, impressive, taking their first possession away with that interception.
Hey, it is tough to play a clean game in this league. The caliber defenders are awesome. You just hope that eventual missteps happen at a less meaningful moment than your opening series. You don't want to make it any harder to get your rhythm and get your passing game going.
And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
That just might be a throw he regretted as soon as you let it go. I know that feeling. He was doing all he could to find a completion down the field, but they were all over that check down and ready to turn it into a negative play.
And he's there to knock away the pass and force a 4th down.
That's just simply great positioning to swat the ball away. He stayed in a spot where he could disrupt the throw before the target and make a play on it.
Cameron Johnston on to punt. And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10. Play action with Richardson. That one's cut along the left sideline. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They'll get 31 yards on the play. And that's a Vegas 1st down.
Here we go, here we go.
Richardson. That's taken in nicely by Brock Bowers. And he gets this down inside the red zone before going out. Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches.
Come on, come on.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you want to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No 3rd down required now.
And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
You know, the elite running backs in this league, they don't just see what's right in front of them. You set up big runs like this because they see what's behind them. That's called extraordinary vision and extra yards.
And he won't get anything there. Several defenders nearby to hold him up. Ball still at the 3 as they get set for 2nd and goal. Back to the well again. And he runs it across. Touchdown. The Raiders take a 6-0 lead in the first quarter. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm. They finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Starting from the 5. They'll bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. It's the end of the first in this AFC West showdown. 7-0 is our score. We'll get you back to Mile High after this. We're back, and it is Broncos football as we resume. They'll try to attack this deficit, starting with 1st and 10. Caught, this is Greg Dulcich. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. In the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Got a man, it's Marvin Mims. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. New set of downs for him at the 38. Throwing on 1st down, Nix. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1.
Let's go now. 29-yard line.
They'll throw again. Nix. Completed over the middle. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line. A 5-yard gain on the play. And the Broncos will have a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go. Huh.
Shotgun snap to Nix. Mims with the grab. And he's going to be taken down near the 8-yard line. That one goes for 15, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
That's another Denver Broncos.
They'll try and punch it in. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
You know, Kate, during draft season, I was talking to an NFL GM, and he said, you know what, in time, we're going to realize tackles for loss are just as big a deal as sacks. Sacks get so much of the popularity. Tackles for loss, when you knock that offense backwards, I promise you, in time, we'll be keeping a closer eye on plays like that one.
Buckle up. It's 3rd and goal. Now Nix. And he rips this one out and over the back of the end zone. Incomplete. Looks like play has been paused. We've got a timeout taken by the defense. Smith able to put it through. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game. We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. Returning it from the 4. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. They're out and set. 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
That sure ended up being worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down, and he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. That one goes for 25 yards. And that's good for a Raiders 1st.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Richardson now on 1st and 10. Ooh, almost a throw that cost him. Defender had it in his hands, but he dropped it. It's incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
Get it. Trap 50, trap 50. Go.
Shotgun snap now to Richardson. And they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. We have a timeout called by the Broncos. That's their first. So not an enviable spot here as they come up on 3rd and very long. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And a nice game here, but it stopped short of the first. Denver calls the second of its 3 timeouts. Well, best of luck here. It's 4th and a considerable distance.
Back. Dragon 60. Buffalo 18. Cup 19. Cup 19.
Trying to throw for it with Richardson. And they won't do it. That ball's incomplete on 4th down.
You know, kid, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field.
Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. Broncos have to hurry here. Clock's still running. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Raiders, they're going to have it. And he's going to hang on to that football. That's his first career interception.
I know he started to play as a defender, but gosh, he looked good, didn't he? Running it back, he looked like a receiver navigating on that return. The way he saw the field, evaded obstacles, and he chewed up yardage in the open space. It would make those offensive coaches and teammates proud. We've seen defensive players get touches on occasion, and I think he just gave himself maybe a look on that side of the ball down the road.
Escapes the pocket. And they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. Let's see what they dial up on a 2nd and very long. Another try following the sack. They'll just throw it away, but here comes the flag. There was nobody in the neighborhood of that one.
Potential grounding, offense.
No one in the area. He was still in the pocket. Seems like a pretty cut and dry intentional grounding to me.
Seems like you want to be an official someday, Kate.
Maybe.
Yeah, because he nailed that one.
3rd and long. It's Richardson. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. And now they're staring at 4th and long.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
19 Lions. Ready.
Now Richardson on 4th down. He's going to push one deep down the right. He's got it inside the 10. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown. The Raiders will add to their lead at the end of the half.
That nigga got a 90. That nigga got a 99 speed. You not catching him.
Show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
Carlson to tack on the extra point. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Raiders drive their lead to 11.
And we get ball at halftime.
The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. This return starts at the 5. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Beginning a new drive here, but just 16 seconds to go before halftime. Yep, as expected, they go to the ground to start this one off. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. Now the offense going to take its 3rd and final timeout. On 1st and 10, here's Nix. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down. Looking to throw. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up. All right, this is going to be the play that takes us to halftime. He'll throw it. Dulcich hauls it in. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. So at halftime, the Raiders fighting to an advantage on the road. Now we'll send you to our studios in Orlando and Jonathan Coachman for a look around the league with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. More from you and Brock in a moment. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here in what's already been an eventful afternoon of football. We'll start our tour out in the City of Angels, Los Angeles. And it's the Chargers who are out in front. J.K. Dobbins with a touchdown run. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And you can see, currently they trail in that ball game. Baker Mayfield with a couple of touchdown passes. Finally, let's get right to the center of the U.S. map and check in on the Chiefs at home in Kansas City. And they were winners as they defeat the visiting New England Patriots. Patrick Mahomes, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. With that, the two squads are headed out of the tunnel. So let's get you back out to Kay Scott and Brock Eward. These two teams making their final adjustments for the second half ahead. It's time to get back at it. For the call, let's rejoin Kate Scott and Brock Eward.
All right, thank you, Coach, and we are back and about set to begin the second half. Here's Reichert set to kick this away. Return starts at the 9. And great starting field position here as they bring him down beyond the 40. Good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10. Blown back gets the handoff. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
He's across midfield to the 48-yard line. It's a gain of 10. First down, Raiders.
Now he'll throw off the play fake. He's on the move. Ooh, look at this. Here he goes. And he's out of bounds after getting this one to the opposing 45-yard line. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. It's a pickup of 3. They're going to need 3 more now on 3rd down.
Ready? Cowboy 80.
Takes the handoff, now to throw. Cut by the open man. Jukes one defender, and he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
Let's go.
Running it now out of the gun. And he's brought down for a loss. Thankfully, not a big loss last play. They're at the 2, 2nd and goal.
Here we go. Strike.
Running for it again. And this time he gets it done. Touchdown. The Raiders grow the lead coming out of halftime. That was a great response, Brock. After they got driven backwards on 1st down, they go right back to the ground and score just 1 play later.
Yeah, and I think if you and I were in the huddle down there after that 1st down loss, I think we would have felt a whole bunch of pride. Give me another shot, and boy, did they deliver.
That one right down the middle. And the Raiders push their lead to 18. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Has this at the 6. And this drive will start inside the 25. So here comes the Bronco offense. They're running out of time to get this game into a more manageable spot, Brock. We've got a 3-score deficit, and we're in quarter number 3. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that'll be good for a Denver first.
Ready.
Out of the gun, it's Nix. Throwing the out route, complete. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down. Nix off the play action. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do, getting home with that sack.
And they make the tackle at the 38.
You'll often hear it said, in my life experience, it's true, the NFL is a game of matchups, so much more than any level. And these tight ends, we see it time and again, are such a matchup nightmare down the field.
On third down, here's Nix. Hits him on the out route. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
First and 10 now from the 30. Play action with Nix. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete.
Can't cover it much better than that really well-covered Kate on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call.
Let's go now.
Nix from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
In a situation like this, you got to be a fixer. I mean, this game is hard, and you get into known passing situations, it gets even more difficult. But when you don't get rid of the ball and you take another sack, you make this third down a near impossibility.
Buys time, pressure's there, and he goes down again. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough fourth down.
Yeah, this defense is seeing a vulnerable offense right now, an offense that can't protect itself. First and foremost, before you do anything else, you got to make sure you account for everybody. And right now, this defender, well, he's taking this game over.
Punter takes the field on fourth down, and he sends this one flying. That's taken on the 7. And he gets them what he can, but still pretty deep in their own territory starting out. That excitement brings us to the end of the quarter. They'll have a shiny new set of downs to play with to start the fourth. It's not quite over yet, but it'd take a pretty miraculous comeback. We've got a 3-score game as we get set to start the fourth quarter. And the drive will start out with a first and 10.
70, Ready.
Richardson back to throw. And no luck there, and that throw falls to the ground.
You hear defensive coaches preach this all the time about not giving up the big play. Keep everything in front of you. They're going to need to stay vigilant because he's definitely a receiver who can take the lid off of a defense.
Escapes out to the left. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And then brings up third down.
Ready up. Get it.
Off the play fake, here's Richardson. Caught, nice gain left side. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. This game has already been a good one for him, Brock. And hey, there's still time. He could add on even more.
And you just feel his aggressive mindset all game long. As long as there's time left, he's going to want to keep on firing and turn a good performance into a great one.
And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. They give it to him again. Juke the defender. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. They'll get 18 yards there. And that's a Vegas first down.
Bronco 80. Panther 60. Panther 60.
Another carry for him. And he's going to take this down inside the 25 before being stopped. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down.
Here we go.
Back-to-back carries here. Duke's at a 1-stop. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run in need of some attention.
Come on, come on.
Working inside the red zone. Forced out to his right. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up. The tip definitely broke up that throw. And that makes it 2nd and goal.
Panther 11. Panther 11. Ready.
Working from the gun, it's Richardson. Escapes the pocket. And like an empty wrapper, he just throws that one away.
Look at the coverage on that play, Kate. I love that. That is textbook defense right there. When the quarterback escapes the pocket, man, you got to find somebody. You got to go get sticky on your offensive guy. That's exactly what the secondary did. And of course, is the throw.
And this will be touchdown. The Raiders keep at quarter lead. Carlson now to add one more. And it's off the mark. The kick is no good, but I think they can spare a point or two given the size of this lead. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Starting from the 5. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. Denver ready for another offensive possession. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. Hauled in left side. And he pushes it up across the 30 before going out. 3rd and 4 coming up now. Shotgun snap to Nix. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Nate Hobbs. And the Raiders will take over as he records his first interception of our season.
Well, that's now his 2nd time that he's put his defense in a tough spot. That's a hard thing about playing quarterback, Kate. You know, with these interceptions and now the 2nd on the day, you're asking your defense again to step up to another series, another possession, another challenge. This quarterback's got to start protecting the football.
Ball at the 33 for first down. The Raiders back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. And I think we can agree the plan. They get it right back. That's intercepted. Rasul Douglas picks it off. Oh, my goodness. goodness, Brock. I don't think I've ever seen this back-to-back plays, and we've got back-to-back interceptions.
And I would be stunned here, Kate, floored, if we saw a third in a row right here. It might be the time to remind both of these offensive coordinators, you can run the ball, because these secondaries are locked in.
They've got first down from the 31. To throw, here's Nix. Has some daylight through the 40. And a massive hit at the end of that play.
To be honest,
baby, but he hangs up.
when I threw the ball, Bull was not in front of me.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Finds the in route complete.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
From midfield on second down. And this is through the midfield stripe and onto the Raiders side of the field.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to third down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep them short of the sticks.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. They'll throw again. Nix. Finds him on the crossing route. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26. We have a timeout called by the Broncos. That's their first. Nix with it on first. He keeps those feet in and makes the catch.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Always a point of emphasis, right? Protecting the quarterbacks, and that play is going to draw the flag every time.
Here we go, set.
First down from the red zone. Oh my, it's intercepted in the end zone. Picked off by Nate Hobbs.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
And this throw's knocked away, incomplete. Trying to find Stephon Diggs. So that brings up second down.
Let's go now.
Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. He rolls to his right. That one's incomplete. Had the connection, but some stone hands got in the way there. Not on the same page that time. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
19 tight. 19. Here we go. Set. Let's go.
From the shotgun, it's Richardson. And they can't connect on the 3rd down deep shot. Love the courage they had to try it, but it's incomplete, and now we've got 4th down. Trying to throw for it with Richardson. They can't connect as the coverage comes through with a 4th down stand.
You go for it on 4th down. It's got to be something from the short list of plays you expect to work every time. If that one's on the short list, I think it's got to be reevaluated. Something wasn't working on.
And the defender comes away with it. Picked off by Nate Hobbs.
I know exactly what the quarterback was envisioning when he let that one go. Touchdown, baby. Not long after, I know exactly what he was thinking. Oh, no! Give me that one back, because the coverage baited him perfectly into that throw, and even more so, picked it off.
Offside, defense.
Easy call for the officials there. He was offsides at the snap, and that's going to cost him. Now, a great way for the offense to start the drive, Brock. A free 5 yards, and now a much shorter first down. Now this is intercepted. That is back-to-back passes. And the Broncos getting back on his 6th interception of the season. They're set up at the 35 now. Throwing on first down, Nix. Trying to push it deep downfield. That one is Incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Here's Nix to throw. And the Raiders get there and take him down. Denver calls the second of its 3 timeouts. So a really tough spot here. This is 3rd and a country mile. Here's Nix. Hits him on the end route. And what a play. He gets there to lay a massive hit and stop him after that catch. It's going to be 4th down. Nix looking to throw. He's got a man left. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They'll come up 1st and 10.
60 Bison, go! Take go!
From the red zone now. Intercepted in the end zone. Jacorian Bennett has it. And the Raiders will take over as he records his first interception of our season.
Red zone defense. It is a part of the practice week at least twice. Thursdays, Fridays, even tuning it up on Saturdays. Because it's all about protecting in the red zone. And not only protecting points, but taking the ball away. That is a gold star effort by the defense.
Wow, they're going to pass it here. He's trying to push the field. That is incomplete. Down to 13 seconds left.
The ability to track the ball, right? Ball skills isn't just knocking it away, and that's a beautiful job there, Kate. But ball skills is also being able to track a ball on a deeper throw like that. If he doesn't swat it away, you're looking at a huge gain.
And that's incomplete. 7 seconds left. Time for 1, maybe 2 more snaps. Looking at a tough spot to punt it away if this 3rd down is unsuccessful.
60 Maverick.
Play action with Richardson. He just kept going the wrong way, and that's going to cost him. That is a safety. Well, this has been one of the big stories of the game, partner. He has been sacked over and over and over here, and this time cost him more than just yards. It cost him 2 points and possession. Former quarterback, man, what are you thinking at this point in the game?
I'm thinking I'm going to be spending a lot of time in the training room to get my body right. And I think, were you Marshawn Lynch right there? Over and over
there
and
you
over.
Go. Let's go. One final shot here. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. And there's our last-in image of this game. It's intercepted. Jacorian Bennett has it. So it's a road win for the Raiders in this one. And their start to the season not cooling off by any means as they move to 4-0.
He was going picks for picks.
So that's it for us here. Brock Heward, our crew, I'm Kate Scott. This has been the NFL on EA Sports. The Raiders winners, as we'll see you next time from Denver.